Hi, I'd like to explain the Nationwide Home to Sell program to you. The first goal of the Nationwide Home to Sell program is we use it as a retention tool for builders such as you. Do you mind if I take a moment and explain it to you? Great. For our Nationwide Home to Sell program, number one, it increases the be-back ratio. Here's what we know. We know that roughly 20 to 30% of all the buyers that are going to come in to your community are going to come in unrepresented, and they're going to have a home to sell. And traditionally what you would do is you tell them to go out and list their home with an agent, or you might have to connect them with somebody you know, and roughly 10% of the time do they actually come back and buy. Well, with our program, we're able to take that be-back ratio from 10% to 90%. The next part about our program that's very helpful to you is that we'll actually sell their home for free. Now what that means is that we won't charge them any listing commission, any transaction fees, small print fees, or I forgot to mention fees to sell their home. So the maximum commission they're going to pay is 3%. That's right, they're going to save between $6,000 and $9,000 on the sale of their home. Now that's in what we call an additional incentive. In addition to the granite countertops, the closing costs, or what other incentives you may offer them, they're also going to save between $6,000 and $9,000. The next thing that's very important to us I'd like to share with you is something we call loyalty. With our loyalty, they can only use this program with you. So they have to buy a home with your builder, and if they don't, they can't work with us. We've gone as far as to say that if they list their home with us and then they end up telling us that they don't want to buy from you any longer, we'll actually remove the sign and we'll remove our lockbox and no longer sell their home. Because this is an additional incentive from you, the builder. It's just like the granite countertops or the closing costs. You can't take them with you to another builder. Well, the same is true here with our program. Does that make sense? Another thing that we do when it comes to our loyalty is we're able to gather what we call inside intelligence. See, a lot of times they will not tell you things here in the model as they will with us back at their house. And when we're at their house, they feel more comfortable and they feel able to tell us, you know, hey, listen, I'm thinking about working with another builder, or I'm really nervous about this builder in this scenario. And we can come back and tell you that, so you'll be able to counter any objections they may have. The next part about our program that I think will be useful to you is our nationwide program. See, our program is good anywhere in the United States, Puerto Rico, or Canada. We've actually sold homes for folks in both of those areas. Now, one of the things that you've had to do in the past is when you have somebody that comes in and says they have, say, a home in New York, you've had to call that agent in New York and find out, or the client, and try to keep track of them. I know you're very busy. You're very busy, right? Okay, well, because of that, you've got leads coming in every day, so you may have 3 in North Dakota, a couple in South Florida, a couple in New York, maybe some in Atlanta, Georgia, and you've got to keep track of all of those. Well, when you work with us and you refer them to us, you make one phone call and we're able to tell you the status of all those leads and all the homes that they have to sell. Now, our program is just a little bit different for out-of-state folks because we can't sell their home for free. We won't be selling their homes ourselves, but what we do is we do a rebate for them. And our rebate is between 60 and 70% of the commission they make when they buy the home from you. So it's still that $5,000 to $7,000 savings just simply for working with us and buying a home from you. That's the key to this additional incentive. Does that make sense as well? Now, our coverage area is everywhere in Central Florida. We go as far as almost Lakeland and all the way up to DeLand. So we're able to sell folks homes all over the area. In the last 10 years of us being in business, we've sold well over 2,000 homes. I have a map here of all the homes that we've actually sold, and you can see there's a dot in every neighborhood, almost on every street, from DeLand all the way down to almost Lakeland. Now, confidence. Here's another thing that we do that's a little bit different. We won't take every listing. And the reason why we won't take every listing is because we feel like we're the screeners for the builders. You know, you don't want to start a home, or you don't want to get, reserve a lot for a home that's not going to sell. Well, we don't list every home. If we don't feel like the home is going to actually sell, then we won't list it. Because we're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I mean, that's what you want, right? Of course you do. We're going to provide you with something we call weekly accountability and transparency. Every lead is going to be loaded onto a spreadsheet, and you're going to get the opportunity to see the status of that lead in real time. So every phone call, every email, every time we touch that person, you're going to be able to see what's going on. So maybe in your own follow-up, I'm sure you do some follow-up, right? Okay, great. When you do your follow-up, you'll be able to generate some talking points by looking at our sheet and going, okay, great, these folks are about to get their home under contract. Now, another thing is accountability. We want you to know that we're not going to take that lead anywhere else. Our accountability and transparency spreadsheet shows you exactly what's happening day by day. And we tell your managers on a regular basis every Friday what's going on with the leads we have as well, so they're aware. There's no monkey business with us. And you want to be in a scenario where you feel very confident sending your leads to us, knowing they won't go to another builder, knowing you won't get in any trouble with management, all that, right? Of course. Now, we have a large team, and our team is designed with specialists. So we have a person that does marketing, we have a person that does our transaction coordinator, and our agents like me, we actually just sell the homes. So our main focus is on selling the home. Our job is to help you make more sales. Now, if you're in a community that, say for example, doesn't do home to sell contingencies, then our plan is perfect for you. And here's why. When you have a home to sell contingency, when you offer that, that's a unique selling proposition, right? That alone gives them a reason to come back and do business with you. But when you don't offer a home to sell contingency, then we become your unique selling proposition. Use these guys and they'll save you $6,000 to $9,000. And our strategy for that is that we'll put their home on the market just like normal. We'll do all of our normal marketing, which is tremendous marketing. And then just before we sign the contract, when we negotiate the terms, we feel really good about a contract being accepted on their home, we're going to call you. And we're going to say, hey, reach out to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm going to put their home under contract tomorrow. And sometimes we'll actually have them sign the contract on their home in your office and then walk right across the hall and have them sign a contract with you, the builder. And that's why you should feel very confident using our program. Does that make sense? Are there any questions I can answer for you now? No? Okay, great. Do you have any leads that I could call right now? I'd love to get to work right now. Is there anything that I could do right now to help you? No, not this time? Oh, okay. Oh, so you're working with another agent. Listen, we are a proven system to help get homes sold for builders just like you. If I can guarantee to put an extra 1 to 2 sales in your pocket, is it worth at least giving us a try? Okay, great. So, you're not sure that your management will approve this? Great. Well, why don't you take a good look at our program, maybe test me out just once, and then we'll do a conference call with your manager and show them how effective we've been, and maybe that'll help us get this done. I mean, if I could help you pay for your children's college fund, would it be worth maybe talking to the manager? Okay, great. Well, I look forward to doing business with you, and thank you so much for your time. Once again, if you need me, feel free to call me or email me. I do have a home to sell coordinator. Her name is Jennifer, or you can just email her at info@hometosell.com. Any leads you may have, and she'll be happy to get a hold of them right away. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.